It's not unheard of, but it's just such a slam to see snow in the month of May, even in Minnesota. But that's what's happening in the Arrowhead region. People there are pulling their shovels back out and digging out after several inches of snow dumped on the area. The flakes were flying much of the night. Some areas were expected to get as much as 8 inches.
Never been so thankful to live in Fargo. I love living here, but thankfully we did not get any of that nasty weather. Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us this Thursday morning. I'm Jordan Schreier, joined by Lisa Bedell. We're just getting started with your news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. We have new information this morning on a disturbance in North Moorhead. Police tell Valley News Live that it was a fight between two women, but they're still trying to sort out the details of what started it all. Officers were called to an apartment complex in the 2400 block of 4th Avenue North yesterday.
Police say one woman assaulted the other, who used a knife to defend herself. The woman who police believe started the fight was taken to the hospital for treatment, but there's no word yet on the extent of her injuries, and so far, no one has been arrested. Some dog owners say trouble at a Fargo dog park is putting their pets in a lot of pain. They tell us their dogs left Brant Crossing Dog Park in South Fargo with cut-up paws.
Taylor Bach says that she brought her German Shepherd, Drago, to the park, and when they got in the car to leave, she noticed his paws were shredded and bleeding. We heard from another viewer early this morning that the same thing happened to her dog. And now they're urging other pet owners to always check the park first for any trouble before bringing their dog inside.
10 minutes before 7, let's get a check of our storm team forecast and see what we can expect if we take the dog out for a walk today.
Well, we'll have a lot more sunshine out there. We've got that sun peeking behind a few clouds here right now in Fargo, but you can see this cloud deck. It's on the eastern horizon, and that's going to be departing. It's been moving away from us for some time, and eventually we'll end up with lots of blue sky. Already we are seeing quite a bit of it in Fargo, but for our neighbors over to the east into Minnesota, you'll end up with more sunshine if you're currently under the clouds right now as well. So everybody ending up with sunny skies and temperatures that try to go up, but we are going to likely be cool again today thanks to this northerly breeze. That's going to keep ushering in some cooler air, and we'll see those winds into the teens, some gusts into the 20s today as well, especially in the morning hours, but lots of sun and temperatures that do rise into the 50s for this afternoon. A look at our numbers right now. Some of us are below freezing. We're at 30 degrees in Devil's Lake, and Jamestown is at 31. That's an area where we cleared out earlier overnight, and so that allowed our temperatures to drop a little bit more. Over to the east, we're at 40 in Baudette and Bemidji, and some upper 30s into Lakes Country. Fargo's at 35. Our wind still coming in out of the north. We've got steady speeds in the teens in most areas, a gust to 24 right now in Wadena. So some clearing skies. Those clouds are moving out to the east. There are a few clouds that might pass through today, but I think for the most part we're looking at sunny skies and mostly sunny conditions, even in those places where we do see a little bit of cloud cover. And there's that snow still snowing in Duluth and up along the North Shore here, so they're not done with it just yet here this morning. Here in the valley, expect those clouds to clear. There might be a couple of them hanging around our far eastern viewing area this morning, and you could see our forecast model indicating a couple of drops of rain there. But other than that, we're looking at some pretty good conditions today. Some 50s, just a little breezy, and that will feel a little bit cool for you, especially if you're under some shade here today. Heading into tonight, those temperatures will drop again into the freezing range. So we're talking more frost to start off the day tomorrow. But checking out our weekend, we start to warm into the 60s tomorrow. And this weekend, Saturday does look a little cloudy, a chance for some rain for the fishing opener. But Mother's Day looks beautiful, partly cloudy and 60s. Let's check in now with Al.
Morning, Lisa. Good morning, everyone. We're on Interstate 94 eastbound on the Minnesota side right now, and traffic is most definitely picked up out here. Westbound Interstate 94 in particular is quite busy, but there's quite a bit of activity on eastbound Interstate 94 as well. Travel speeds are strong this morning. In fact, it seems like they've actually picked up quite a bit. 60, 65, 70, maybe even 75 out here at times in the metro area. That's a little bit unusual. Seeing that with some contractors that are out here this morning. Interstate 29 traffic is certainly brisk as well. Quick reminder for you about the construction going on Interstate 94. We're down to one lane head-to-head traffic when you get just west of Vets Boulevard in West Fargo to west of Cheyenne Street, so make sure that you're looking out for that. Shaping up to be a pretty good commute this morning. Make sure you are driving carefully today and always. In Moorhead, approaching 34th Street. Al Ahmed, Valley Today traffic.
We have new information on that ricin scare at an apartment building near the University of Minnesota. The FBI says there's a good chance the hazardous material that prompted the evacuation of the apartment complex is ricin, and that the student that was hurt may have been intentionally handling that material.
The FBI said yesterday that a preliminary test of the material indicated the potential presence of ricin and that the evidence is being sent to the Bureau's lab in Virginia for positive identification. A North Dakota murder suspect is dead after a shootout with police in Missouri. The North Dakota Highway Patrol had earlier interviewed 42-year-old Barry Wedge of Milner about the death of his roommate.
Police in Missouri tried stopping Wedge for suspected drunk driving on Saturday. They say he killed himself after a chase and shootout. Wedge was wanted for questioning in the death of William Galusha in February. Fargo police are looking for some help tracking down this person.
They say they're a person of interest in several cases involving wallet thefts and some unauthorized use of credit cards. If you have any information about this person, call the Fargo police and refer to photo number 109. A Fargo medical center is making some serious accusations against FM Ambulance. Essentia Health says the transport company is disregarding patient requests to be taken to Essentia and instead brings them to Sanford, which owns FM Ambulance.
Essentia has filed several official grievances with FM Ambulance and is going even further by contacting the North Dakota Health Department with its complaints. Essentia officials say in a statement that the patients have a right to choose where they receive health care and when a patient requests emergency medical treatment with Essentia, EMS personnel should respect that request.
Sanford Health responded by saying FM Ambulance's standard operating procedure is to allow the patient the choice of which facility they wish to be transported within the Fargo-Moorhead metro area, but that there are also special medical conditions the patient may be experiencing that require transporting to the quickest appropriate facility. Now you can read both statements in their entirety. Just go to our website, valleynewslive.com.
A lot of fans missed out on the great Minnesota Twins ticket deal yesterday, so they're doing it again. Because of the overwhelming demand for the $5 tickets, the ball club is announcing ballpark access tickets available for $5.
They guarantee access to Target Field, but they don't provide a seat. Now the deal is good through 10 o'clock tonight. It is a holiday for many people in this region. Minnesota's fishing opener is coming up.
The Valley Today's Abby Furchner joins us live from Detroit Lakes this morning, where this weekend, you know, it's going to be very busy out on the water. Good morning, Abby.
Yeah. Good morning, you guys. I'm here at Lake Sally, where, like you just said, Lisa, it is going to be jam-packed as anglers are going to be getting out onto the water for fishing opener. But even when you come off the water, there is a process you're going to want to go through, and that's why we have Carl Koenig out here to help us. And so what is that process? Walk us through what anglers should do once they're out of the water.
Sure. The first thing anglers should do is drain the water from their watercraft. In Minnesota, anglers are required to drain both the live wells, bait containers, and the bilge area of their boats.
So how do you do that? Is it quite simple?
It is.
Oh.
The plug in the back of the boat there drains the bilge area. And live wells will either have a drain plug that you can manually pull out or a draining switch like this boat has here.
And why is it important to drain the water out of the boats?
Because there's some aquatic invasive species that are very small, too small to see with the naked eye, like zebra mussels, and they live in the water. So by draining that water out, you prevent them from being spread to other water bodies.
And let's talk a little bit more about those invasive species. I know some of them can get attached to the boat, like you were saying. You want to check anchors for that. So how can anglers inspect and make sure that they aren't bringing any invasive species to their next lake?
Sure. Yeah. Zebra mussels attach to hard surfaces in the water. So anglers always want to check their trailer and equipment that was used in the water for aquatic plants, because there are invasive aquatic plants in Minnesota and, of course, zebra mussels that attach to those plants. So after everything is draining, take a look underneath the boat and make sure there's no aquatic plants attached to anything here, because, again, there can be invasive plants or zebra mussels attached to plants from the lake. In Minnesota, you're required to remove any plants or animals from the water before you transport a boat down the road.
So that's what you're going to want to do. This is the whole step and process of making sure you're not bringing any invasive species to the next lake you go to for fishing opener this weekend. And it's like we've been saying, it's a holiday. So people are getting ready and excited to come out this weekend.
Big weekend. Abby Furchner reporting live for us. Thank you. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 17% of women said that they would change this about their man if they could.
The answer is their feet. Remember, you can take part in our question. The ladies over here both let out a little giggle when I said that. They were like, mm-hmm. But anyway, you
it's
can
flip-flop
play
season,
along
I know.
every day. Go to our Facebook page. And we might see some of those feet today.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, we're looking at sunshine returning, temperatures back into the upper 50s for Fargo. Just a little breezy out there.
Thank you for waking up with the Valley Today. The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today continues right now on the Fargo